Hey guys, it's Ray. Welcome to this Halloween home decor DIY. For this one, we're gonna be starting with the template of those little things called pennants. I actually didn't know that. To me, they were just little flags. I don't really know. But anyways, I'm just going to start with a piece of paper and my Sharpie. I'm just going to mark that much. Then I'm just going to add a little dot in the middle, a bit up from where they finished. And then with my Sharpie again, I'm just going to mark like from those tiny little dots to the edges of those lines. Then I'm just going to cut it. You can totally use black paper for this part and just, if you're gonna be using just for Halloween and then throw it away, you can do that. But since I'm going to be trying to make this work for next year as well, I'm just going to be using something else to make it a bit more, permanent, kinda. I'm going to be using some air dry clay. To make those things, I'm going to be flattening a piece of clay over a piece of wax paper with my roller. And then once I've done that and it's not like super thin or super thick, I'm just going to go ahead and place my template on top. With my X-Acto knife, I'm just going to cut it. Try to work fast here because it tends to dry like super fast. Right before it dries, I'm going to be working on the hanging part. To hang this, I'm just going to be using this ribbon. But for that, I need to work with something that is like the same size almost. I was thinking of using a toothpick, but you can see toothpicks are much smaller than the ribbons that I chose to work with. So I'm just using one of those nail like toothpicks, but they are not toothpicks that come in like nail kits. So I'm just going to be using that. I'm going to roll it around like that. Use a tiny little brush with the smallest amount of water that you can add in there, and that is going to help it adhere. And then I'm going to be smoothing the part on top with a bit more water and just kind of like massaging that part like that. And I let it dry for overnight, and this is what they look like. As you can see, they look lighter in color. I'm going to be using some acrylic paint in a brush, and I'm just going to paint it. I'm not going to paint the back because for me this is just a waste of paint because this is not going to be visible anyways, but if you prefer, just go ahead and paint the back. And then once it's dry, I'm going to be taking some white acrylic paint and I'm going to just, start writing Happy Halloween. The H is going to be like pretty simple, and then the A, not that exact font. I'm going to be all over the place with my fonts, just so you know. One P is going to be like full of dots. Then this other piece like this. And so on and so forth until I was done, pretty much going randomly with my fonts and my letters and all that stuff. My O is going to be a ghost, and for that I'm going to be working on the shape of the ghost first. I'm going to give that a few coats of white. Got super bright here, sorry, but it was one of those super bright and then just cloudy days. I'm just going to be using the back of my brush with my black acrylic paint at 3 dots, and that is going to be like basically the ghost or the O. And then I'm just going to keep on working on the rest of the Halloween after the O letters. I made a few mistakes and nothing happens. You just have to take a piece of cotton and just remove that paint before it dries. And then I'm just going to be painting my letters, adding the font here, and I just added the white acrylic paint first to make the colors pop since I'm working with a black background. And this is what I did with the N, with a cross and a rib thing. I'm going to be using my Sharpie to kind of like decorate this part. I honestly didn't know what else to add here, and I just went with it. And then I decided to add a pumpkin because I had one leftover, one of those things. I forgot to mention this at the beginning. Just make sure you always add a couple of this, just in case some of them break. None of mine broke, and this is why I have a leftover, but anyways, you never know. But yeah, I'm going to be doing pretty much the same thing that I did in the rest, making a kind of like traditional-ish pumpkin, so it's going to be like orange with green. Then I'm going to be adding a face. And sorry for the light again, it was really weird to say. The face is gonna be like 2 black eyes, then a mouth. The mouth is gonna change at the end because I realized it was like too weird, but I'm going to add like some decor there, the staff of the pumpkins, and then I went ahead with my bobby pin, added some white on the eyes. At this point my pumpkin was super creepy, so I just went ahead and added some eyes like with my Sharpie. Apparently I forgot how like decorate pumpkins are, and then I just searched online and it looks like I was really wrong, and that's why my pumpkin was like super weird looking, but I just fixed it. And then I'm just going to arrange the whole thing. As you can see, the letters that I made with dots, I didn't do anything with them because I really like the contrast. I'm just going to be adding some blue tape to make it easier to slide my ribbon or my rope or whatever you kind of call it onto my pendants. And as you can see, I placed my pumpkin in the middle of happy and Halloween to separate those two words. Then I'm going to hang it. I'm just going to be making 2 knots on each side. Then I'm going to be putting this on the wall like this. This is heavy-ish. Like if you put some tape, it's gonna fall. Maybe if you do this, as I mentioned at the beginning, with some black paper, you can add it just with tape if you want to decorate your office or whatever. Since this is clay, it's a bit heavier, you have to make it work in a different way, and this is what I'm doing here. I got inspired from Hobby Lobby's website and Michael's website, and I loved it. I wanted to give it a try because I really think they look super cute. So yeah, if you like this, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to share this. I have a lot of more Halloweeny stuff coming soon. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you later, and take care. Bye guys!